Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. So make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'll surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. So you make me. I'm in love. Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street, when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within. Oh, I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. A lie. I don't wanna live a lie. Live a lie. Ooh, yeah. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
It's small show. It was just one. Goodbye. So we are back, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Just More Show. I'm your host for the most part, Just More. Welcome, 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 welcome. Uh, some of you have probably seen the title. And Helen, welcome.
Hello.
How we doing? I don't know what Ed is. What's he doing?
He was around. I will be here in a minute. Oh, I've just dropped something.
Yes, I'm just like, where's he at? He's normally after a couple of minutes he's normally with us. I'm like, he's probably having a beer or
Definitely
something.
on Facebook. I've just spoken to him, so he's around.
He's probably having a beer or something. It's his birthday after all.
Probably. It's his birthday today, isn't it? Or is it tomorrow?
Yeah, I believe it's today.
It's today, yeah.
Because I've remembered before. I remembered about an hour ago, and I was just like, I'm sure I'm forgetting something today. And then I messaged him. He said, "Oh, what have you got for tonight on the show?" And then he told me that you were coming on, etc. And then I went. He said that, "Oh, what we're going to go for the title?" He said, "Oh, it's my birthday." I went, I'm really sorry, man.
I haven't done any prep. I'm going to wing it tonight. I'll do better prep for next week, but I haven't done any prep tonight.
Oh, it's fine. I didn't even know you were coming on this week.
No, I didn't until sort of yesterday or the day before.
Yeah. So that's why
Yeah, are you all right?
I messaged Ed. I was like, right, what's going on for tonight? Or do we want to leave it for Saturday? Because if there's nothing much to talk about for tonight, we can save it for Saturday. Because sometimes we have those kind of weeks where the Wednesday shows we don't have enough to reach an hour. So I'm like,
yeah,
we'll skip for Wednesday and then go for the full 2 hour slot for the
yeah.
for the Saturday. Sometimes we can get to at least an hour, hour and 15. I like to get to at least an hour and a half on a Wednesday and at least 2 hours on a Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. My hair a mess. Mm.
Well, he's just been in the chat as well, so I'm like, I don't know how he's not seen the.
I'll send you a link when the show starts, and you did. So, and then, well, he was on Facebook literally like 2 minutes ago. So I don't know what he's doing.
So it's probably going to be it.
Probably. We had several in there. Somewhere. Shall I hang on a minute? I'll go and see if he's on Facebook.
Hey, are you joining us? Because I'm pretty sure you're watching.
Just come on then. But hang on. No, I can't. He's on, so. Hang on, what is that? One. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very choppy on my end.
Yeah, you are a little bit, but it's not too bad. I've sent so you should hear him in a minute.
On YouTube, it's very stuttery.
It's
Like, I don't know why.
it's usually all right.
We do the Wi-Fi. Hopefully, it should be okay now.
Hey, boy, what are
You
you
know,
doing?
and I'm getting old, becoming a coffin.
You're 60, yeah?
Cheeky, shut it up. Feel like bleeding.
Ooh,
Yeah, I feel like
right.
sick. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
yes,
I'll be back. Screen.
that's all right.
Apparently, I'm very choppy.
Oh,
Helen
but it,
would know all about that. Yeah, it's this.
actually on YouTube, by the way, because I haven't
That's
got.
all right. That's all right. No, yes, what happened to Tom today?
Oh,
No,
did you?
prisoner walking. Yeah, well,
Alright, there we go.
Tom or another Tom?
uh,
Me, Tom or another Tom?
the benefit cheap Tom here. Him.
You're right.
Yeah, I bumped into him today. Come out with loads of people. I said, "So you're gonna punch?" me?"
It's like he's fucking following you everywhere you go.
He could be, mate. He could be, stalker. He walked out. He went, "Thought you were gonna punch me in the head." I said, "I'm gonna, but not with this amount of people around me." I
Not
said,
when there's not when there's too many
fucking,
witnesses.
yeah, exactly. The fucking, but I thought, I'm not gonna punch you in the head today because
When there's too many witnesses. Back to business. He said, he said, I'm not that dumb.
yeah, I have to say that.
He said, hey, do you know what? I know this little shortcut. Come follow me.
Exactly, yeah, you know what I mean.
I know a shortcut to where you want to go. Come follow me. I'll show you the way.
Yeah, I know what prison food tastes like. I don't want to go back there. You know, right?
Question. Food.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what you're getting each day? Is it like a rota? What
Oh
happens
no, is it fuck?
every day or?
No, is it fuck? No, it's basically inside. You basically, it's like being back at school. You go out and you have all the food laid out on trays.
Right.
You pick what you want to take off it, but to be blunt, if you don't like their table, that's your problem.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not very nice to be fair.
So welcome to anyone that has joined. As I think tonight's kind of like a celebration for Ed's birthday and whatnot. We're going to be talking about some stuff here and there, but I think it's just mainly just a nice little chat, really. I think tonight's just a nice little. It's like we'll probably be on till about 9:15. I'll probably say.
Yeah, we've got 5 people watching. Who's watching anyway? Come on, you
get yourselves in the chat, everybody. Get yourselves.
See anything? So, if there's any comments for me, can you just
Also, yes, if there is any comments for Helen, if you'd like any advice from Helen, please feel free to get into the live chat, and Helen will give her best advice as possible.
I'm a bit out of the loop with policy because it's changing so quickly at the moment. But
it's all right. They've now said that they're going to give the winter fuel payments to the pensioners.
Yeah, they said. Well, they haven't actually said how far it's going to go yet.
Well, more people are going to get it.
Well, yeah, that's good.
But yeah, it's but no, it was just Mickey. But yeah, no, I've had into. We got some sheep coming in to rescue. There's some lambs actually. I got a message.
Did Rachel manage to get to that seagull?
Oh no, it was funny as hell that. Helen, I'll bring you up to speed on what happened on that. We got a message from Rachel saying, "I've got a seagull stuck on the roof, can't get down. I think it's stuck. I need a ladder." I said, "I've got a ladder, but I can't get it to you because I'm like about a mile away. And obviously I can't do that in the car. Right, okay, I'll sort it anyway. She finally managed to get somebody to come out and sort it out. He rocks up at the place, puts the ladder up, goes up the ladder. The seagull takes one look at him, stands up, pisses off up the top of the, and then walks up to the top of the roof.
Brilliant.
I'm like, did you not check it? Did you get there? She went, well, no, because I couldn't see it. There was no issues. I thought it was.
To be fair, it's best.
I don't know.
It's best to do that than say sorry, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's better safe than
Yeah.
sorry.
I
Like
would say.
you best get in the equipment to go and check. And if it has just flown off and whatever, it's fine, perfect.
Hey, I've been watching a thing online. I'm going to send you it. I'll send the both of you it now. Right.
I mean, your best
if I can find
isn't
it.
the shattered.
Yeah.
Like one guy who's
He's like, I'll send you after the show. Go
I
on, Ed.
read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true, but I read somewhere that gulls and crows and
Yeah,
birds of the corvid variety
yeah,
recognize people.
they do. They do.
They
Some
kind of
birds,
name you.
some birds have got. Well, same with other creatures. Some birds have got some great
Oh, they
level
can
of
they can
intelligence.
recognise and they go. Yeah, they can recognise and go get all the mates and do you
It's the
any.
same thing with parrots. Parrots have got quite good quite a decent level of IQ.
Yeah.
Because they're capable of
Pretty
speech,
people, though.
so they've got some level of decent intelligence. Crows are kind of similar as well, because I think crows have been known to be able to say some words. I think there's a
It's
fair
crows
few
and
of the bird
ravens
species
and
that have been able to be able to speak.
yeah.
I've not known any of none of many other like bird kinds. I do know parrots and whatnot are known for being able to speech, so that's why I'm like a lot of bird species are known for being quite high with IQ when it comes to within like animals, etc. It's not often that you come across an
My
animal
friend
that.
had an African grey, and my friend's African grey definitely could speak, and it was very intelligent because it turned its back on me every time I walked into the room. Didn't mind anybody else, but turned its back on me.
I mean,
so
to be honest, I'd shit myself if I was just out in the forest and whatnot. I come across a reindeer and he goes, "Yo,"
yeah.
with its freaking hoof for and just go, "Yo." I was like, "It's Chopper! It's Chopper for One Piece! Run for your lives!" Jesus Christ!
No,
So it's a
but-
talking reindeer.
you
I
hope
think
you're not.
everyone would lose their collectiveness when they start talking
I think
reindeer.
you probably would, yeah.
He just looks at you and says, "Yo." Yeah, I think we'd all be kind of petrified, wouldn't we? But the thing is, with a
Yeah.
bird, with any of the bird species, it's like it's normal. We expect. What if one day, like Charlie the lion or whatever, comes up with, "Yo, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Eh?" That'd be a bit, or a gorilla, or even a gorilla. We'd be a bit petrified if a gorilla said, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, yeah, all right, man.
Yeah.
We'd be a little bit
Right,
petrified.
I'll find it and send you it, right? And it's quite funny, to be fair. They were doing an interview, it's an American thing. And he turned around and says, how much money this one was 62, right? And he said, how much money does your like partner need? And she went, oh, well, at least 10 million in the bank. And the guy literally ripped her a new one. He said, how the hell can you sit there and say somebody's got to have 10 million in the bank when at the end of the day, in yourself, she said, oh, I've got experience. He said, he said, no, bollocks, not respect. He said, to be fucking brutally honest. He said, your fucking ass would make your rubber footprints out, and he proper went to town on her. And he said, so don't sit there telling me that, people have got to have this amount of money to be with you. He said, because you just deluded woman. And he proper ripped the shit out of her. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with what he said.
What
Hang on.
was it in regards? What was it in regards to exactly?
Basically, we're talking. Basically, what happened was it was like a talk show that he does, and he gets on this guy in America, right?
Right.
And he gets different women on and stuff, and he lets them turn around and talk about it. And he gives them questions like he had one woman on there, she had more plastic in her than a Barbie doll. And she's like, "Oh yes, yes, no, I need my man to have like 4 million in the bank." And he says, "What do you bring to the table?" I said, "Well," and just looked at me and went, "What do you bring to the table?" And she's like, "I bring me." And he went, "That ain't worth shit, darling." And he
So it was
proper
basically the typical plastic woman that is
yeah,
like, I'm the prize.
yeah. And
The
he was
ones,
proper
the
rubbing a
women
new
that
one.
are a bit too full of themselves and a little bit
Hang on
too,
a minute.
high and
Yeah.
mighty, when
Hang,
in reality they didn't really have much to give or to offer.
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Being the only woman here, I just have to make a point at this point that a lot of
Continue.
women they do things for themselves, not for the men in their lives. And to a certain extent, if someone has had excessive plastic surgery, it's usually a sort of sign of low self-esteem. But if a woman or a bloke wants to have plastic surgery, then great, go for it. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's the
but
point I was making is she was literally on the show telling the presenter and all the other guests on the show that because she'd done all this plastic surgery, basically her just turning up to a wed to a new husband or whatever, he had to have at least 10 million in the bank.
Yeah, so
Otherwise she wouldn't
basically
entertain him.
she got herself all faked up and whatnot. She got to her to feel pretty or whatever it was for
yeah,
her to
yeah,
make
Yeah.
herself feel pretty and comfortable. She then believes that she's got every right to then say a man should have this, and this, and this for them to come anywhere close to me. Well, honey, before you got yourself fixed, you had much to offer, so you've got no right to then do the same thing. You've got you you chewing chewing on the wrong kind of sweet or whatever. Like
Yeah, no, it's
you
just a
can't
quick one.
you can't just go about after getting yourself fixed up. Like if that's what you wanted
Oh
to
no,
do to make
she
yourself
was
feel more
adamant.
comfortable, great
Her,
for you. Really, really happy
no,
for
no,
you.
look, right, quick
Don't
one for
let
the
that
chat.
take control.
Yeah, quick one for the chats. Tom, I would have punched you in the head today, but I felt sorry for you because you got to prison. And Nico, I don't, mate, but I think I've got one coming in, so I'll let you know when I speak to you next. So that's the chat's taken care of. But yeah,
Oh,
on the flip side of
is
it,
this the
oh
new lad?
yeah, Nico did volunteer. Yeah,
I'll let
he's
Nico
come
and
on tonight.
John know
So
it's just off. I'll probably see you for the
yeah,
next event sometime maybe. So
yeah, he'd be around somewhere. But yeah, no, it was what happened was, as I say, I'll send you it and you can watch it. And he proper this woman, like in this particular one, she was
I don't know.
62, right? And she wasn't, I would say, any oil painted. Uh, and because of that fact, as I say, she reckoned this guy had to have her next husband to be had to have 10 million in the bank because she
Right.
had prospects. And the guy said, "What do you mean by prospects?" "Oh, well, like when I was in my
Prospects
20s, I
like a
was a big
single woman
property
that's a lot
mogul."
younger, probably no kids.
Oh no, she said, when I was in my 20s, I had property and stuff. And he turned around and said, "Well, that's fine. What have you got now?" She said, "Oh, well, I lost all that." And he said, "So what do you bring to the table?" And she just straight face, she looked at him and went, "I bring me." And at that point, the presenter just lost it and fucking started laughing his head off, saying, "Nah, get a
Yeah,
grip,
I
woman."
mean that's when you're like that's where you've lost it because you used to have a lot, but then you lost it. You're now getting on in the years. You've had some plastic surgery to get yourself a bit more comfortable with yourself.
Oh no, the plastic surgery one, that was a different one. This one, as I said, would have made a great burglar. You know, it's look,
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So there's two different people now.
yes, two different people. I'll send you
There's
the
two
link on the
different ones.
show.
So there's one woman that was in her 60s,
Yeah, 62.
so
Who
62,
reckoned her husband
and
had to
there's
have
another
10
one. How
mil.
old was this other one?
Oh, she'd be like mid-20s.
It's all
So
right.
20 done plastic surgery, yeah?
Yep, yep.
That
And the other
sounds
one
about
was
right. I
62.
was going to say, 'cause
Looked like
a 60 odd year old,
62-year-old.
I, doubt-
You know, and
I doubt that they would, um,
they both wanted 10 mil in the bank. Because she said, "No, I made, I think I don't want anybody who hasn't got money. You're 62, you should have money." And the guy said, "What have you got?" She went, "Oh, I've got prospect," and he proper pushed her on it and said, when I was in my 20s, I made a lot of property deals. I made a lot of money. And he said, great. How much have you got left out? Oh, well, I've lost it all.
Well,
And he said,
I
no,
would
come
say,
again.
You don't
I
no
would
longer
say,
have
well,
that.
how did you lose it all?
Well,
Exactly.
he
That's
did, but she
why.
wouldn't go into that.
Because
Jane?
Yeah, she did, but he wouldn't go into that.
because the
But the
thing is,
point
though,
is,
there are some women that don't like to do that because they know they're going to get caught out. And that's when I go, just be honest, just be honest. Like, yes, you used to have that. Fortunately, now you don't. So now you need to look at it from a perspective of going, what is it that you truly do bring? Because you, as in yourself, there are many, many other women in the world that have a lot more than you, that are maybe a little bit younger than you, a little bit prettier than you, have probably better
oh, it's
prospects
not
than you,
even, it's,
have a
it's
better
not
job
even
than
that.
you,
To be fair, well,
actually
no, it's
bring
not even
something
that.
to the
The,
table.
the
So
reason I'm saying this
most
is
men are
because
going to go for that other woman. They'll
yeah,
go
well,
for
no,
that for the other woman.
no, the reason I'm saying it, as I explained, I'm 52 today, my birthday, right? But
You mean
when me and
82?
Anne Marie
I'm
met,
going far.
yeah, when me and Anne, I'm getting old. When me and Anne Marie went, Anne Marie supported me. She looked
Oh,
after me. She brings stuff to the table. Yeah,
what did you bring to her?
me. I could say it, but I'll probably get us thrown off air for saying my big, you know. But anyway, I'm not saying that. Um,
You should be on time out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be in the corner. But no, the point I'm making is that's the related. This is why the guy does this interview show. and I'll send you it. You haven't watched it. It's quite funny. Some of them is nowadays. The old days. It's like he puts it. You know, in the 1950s, 1940s, when a man met a woman and got married, she had no kids. It was her first husband. They made it work. Are you with me?
Right. Yeah.
Now the women are like, well, if you haven't got money, I don't want to know you. But they don't bring anything to it. They just want to be, you know, basically looked after and money spent on them to think. And I'm
Hang on
like,
a
it's
minute.
never going to work.
Hang on a minute.
Not all women, but a good chunk of
No,
them.
no. Listen,
I know.
you decide to define, what somebody brings to the table. How can you say that such and such brings nothing to the table when you don't know them and everybody brings
If
something to the
they're just
table?
simply saying that they themselves, just as an individual, bring something to the table, that's when I have a big doubt above my head, and I go, "That
You'll be
I've got
fine,
my
mate.
doubts." That you, as an individual, when you haven't, you've already explained that you had some prospects, you have now lost them all. You did have this, you did have that, but you've lost everything. So now that you've
I
got
tell you,
next to
best way I can
nothing,
explain it is this.
and then you go, right, well, I'm the prize. That's basically what they're saying. That's
No,
base.
best way to
Mm.
That's
explain it. Yeah,
basically
best
what's
way to
being
explain it is
said.
this.
When in reality, you go, you're absolutely incorrect because everything you once had, you no longer have. So there is going to be other individuals of the same sex that are going to have the prospects are better than ones that you previously had. So when you're going, I'm the prize. Look at me. You
Yeah,
don't actually
I'll
bring
say it this
anything
way,
to the table,
and
but just you as an
I'll
individual.
I'll say it this way. It's a bit controversial, right?
Mhm.
It's like the woman
Go
that
on.
comes in and says, "I've got 6 kids to 6 different guys, but I'm a
Yeah.
prize. I want a stepdad to bring them all up. But if he's not earning 10 grand a year, I don't want to know him." Reality check, darling. That's your for sale.
And
If you've got
that's
six
when
kids with 6 different guys, you know,
that,
and then sorry, but you can't look at the top earners because they won't look at you.
because that's when I go.
You know,
And a lot
millions,
of
yeah.
women in the world today don't quite understand when even not just single men but grown men as well that are in relationships or are in marriages. When us men we go, if we had a choice, would we get together with a woman who has kids or has no kids? About 90% of men would probably most definitely go for a woman with no kids. Because
Well,
if we do get into the relationship and it doesn't work out, because this is how men think, if it doesn't work out, you take half of everything of ours. And we lose out on the child that we've had to build a bond and
bonded with.
relationship with. So that's why I'm like, the vast majority of men would prefer not to date women with children. They'd rather date a woman without children because they
Yes.
can build their own family with that woman if they deem them worthy, that they can see themselves settling down with them. However, I think in today's generation and today's world, I think a lot of men are way too scared. Are just far too scared now of going that far now because of how the way it's been working in the law in the favour of women. And I think a lot of men are just too scared to just go in. I don't want to go and earn everything that I do get, and then if a relationship that doesn't work out due to a lass that I've met who's got kids takes half of what I've earned of everything. So, I mean, I can understand from both sides, but I'm coming from the male point of view that why men would not want to date a woman
The
with
female perspective on
kids.
this, the female perspective on this, I'm married, all right, but
Mhm.
but the female perspective on this,
Nobody's
from
expecting.
what I think, would be the first thing I looked for in somebody I got into a relationship with was personality.
Yeah.
Now, the question is,
A lot
if
of
a
women do.
bloke is saying, I, no to the person that has 6 kids because I could invest and lose X, Y, Z for everything I've worked for. Where does love come into this? Where does personality come into this? Where does
I can answer that.
things that come with that
I
come?
can answer that. I can answer that. That's easy. That's easy to answer that. What
Hang
you
on, I
got to
haven't yet. One
go
more
on then, go on then.
question before the other thing is, what about for the years and years and years, the hundreds of years before, when women have been in exactly the same situation that men are scared of now? There were so many years when women weren't allowed to speak up. They were scared of what they were allowed to say. They weren't allowed to vote. They weren't allowed a say in their own lives. Well, to a certain extent, the boot's on the other foot now, isn't it?
Well, yes and no, and I'll explain the point that you made, right? Because that's a good point you made, right? Where does it leave you? What you got to remember is, right, is when a bloke, see, let's get silly, say you got 6 kids, yeah?
Yeah.
6 different dads,
Yeah.
yeah? That means a bloke will look at that and goes, well, what's the problem? Obviously, it must be her. And a lot of people are going to like to say that, but I'll explain why. You don't get 6 kids off 6 different dads if you're not part of the problem.
Yeah, that's
And then they're
very
going to
true.
look at it
Right.
like, does she love me for me, or does she love me for my money, and does she love me because she wants a stepdad for the kids because the real dads can't be asked getting involved?
Well,
So
that's a fair
what kind of
question.
like if she's got 6 different dads with 6 different kids, what does that say? Like also,
That's what I want to
did
hear. I'll
she
tell you
did
that
she
one.
what is her history? What is her history record with relationships? Is she
Well, yeah, that's
known
it.
is she known for being a bit of a bike? Is she known for getting about a bit?
Well, right, and
Is she
this is
known
the other thing
for
as well.
not being faithful? Is she not? Because a lot of men think this is how a lot of men think. It's how a lot of men think, especially if a woman has got more than I would say 3 children, all different dads. It's not just say the one dad, but they're all different dads. They've all got separate fathers. That's when
I'm not saying
if
that
they all
blokes
just have
won't
say
date them, yeah?
one or two, I think they'd be like a little bit more lenient, a little bit more understanding. They go, right, understandable. They were previous relationships. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them as time went on. Sometimes that happens. Maybe it's something that I should try, look into. So I can understand where you're coming from.
I can see that perspective, but women could ask the same question about a bloke with 6 kids.
And they
Well,
have,
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
and
But
they
the
have
difference
every
is, hang
right to
on a
do
minute.
so. They have every
Yeah, but
right
the
to do
thing is, hang
so.
on a minute. I know I can shoot on that one. A bloke who's got 6 kids, yeah, will provide for the 6 kids. He's going into a relationship
There is that as
for a
well. Yes.
relationship. You'll never hear a bloke say, oh, for a woman to date me, she's got to have 10 million in the bank. But you will hear a woman say that.
I don't think. I
No,
don't
men,
think that's
men,
fair. I think that.
men really don't
think
care.
the
As long as you, as long as you
generalisation
treat us,
and
I've
you
as
sent,
long
can't
as you
you
I've,
treat
can't
I've,
us
say
right.
I've
that.
sent you the links. You can watch them off air. We'll talk about it on Saturday again. But I just wanted to bring it out because I was watching this today and I'm thinking, yeah, I got a flaming right, to be fair.
And we
And
can
I'm
stay
not
here for hours
condemning you.
talking about this subject. We generally could.
You know, it's like, yeah, I'll send you a few. I'll send you another one. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's like across the board.
I've
I'm just
seen,
saying that
I've seen him.
nowadays,
But the thing is, though,
nowadays,
he does just get a lot of lasses that are just so deluded that
yeah,
they are just generally deluded. They're from a completely different generation. You'll have to send the clips to Helen as well,
yeah, I've just done
because
Yeah,
that.
I
You can
can.
have a watch after the shows.
Helen, I'll
Come
say
after
this
the
to you.
shows.
I believe you'll get annoyed with some of these women.
Oh
There
yeah,
are there are a
I
couple on there that seem understanding, and they are both sides. I can understand both sides, but
oh,
they kind of lean towards the guy's side a little bit more because they feel like a lot of women do try to take advantage nowadays, which I also do think is true. I do think that there are a lot of women in today's generation that do try to take the mick with it all. I do think that.
The
It's
other
one of
part
those
of that though,
subjects where it's a little bit good, but I do think there are a lot of women that do try to take advantage of that whole situation and everything.
uh,
I do think it's wrong. I
I'm
mean,
not
look
saying they're
at
wrong.
Chris Hakimi, who was he's a professional footballer, he played for PSG, Paris Saint-Germain.
mm,
He was with his
mm,
wife
Yeah,
for about 2 or 3 years, and she's a little bit older than him. So after a couple of years of marriage, you would think that they're all happy and everything, right? No, she asked him to divorce him, asked for like 50, 60% of everything he asked. But he was very smart because everything that he owns, he gave to his mum, put it in his mum's name. So because of that, she got nothing. Because Akraf Hakimi did this just to be on the safe side, and he was right to do so. Because he thought everything was all good and cushy and everything in his marriage. And then all of a sudden this business comes along and tries to get half of everything that he owns after only about a couple of years of marriage. So that's where I say there are lots of women in today's generation that do try to abuse this system, do try to
there
take
are a lot of
advantage of
men
guys
that do it
because
too,
of it.
though.
I'm not saying that
oh
men
yeah,
are innocent either, but a lot of women, especially, know for doing it.
The other question you have to ask in that situation then is what is wrong with society
that's
that
what I was
women
coming to.
find themselves in a situation where they're whether you want to call it desperate, whether you want to call it stuck, whether you want to call it, you know,
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. This is why I brought
that's
it up
where the
because
question needs to be.
well, that leads on to my next bit, which is the reason I brought it up, is because nowadays the old, like this again, he says it on the show. What's what was it? He says, why don't we all get together at Christmas and Boxing Day and parties and stuff? Yeah, and it's because the family members that used to bring everybody together are all dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And now the unity of the family is like I say, I was always brought, like fair enough, I've been married 3 times, but I never divorced them.
You know, you've been married 3 times.
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
bet
I
you've
never
been married
divorced them.
twice, but not three.
No,
I'm
three
going
after
to
three.
I'm going to end this one
After,
quickly. That's what
all
you
right,
do.
go on then.
Be right back. Oh, right. So we are unfortunately going to have to wait for about 9 minutes. Uh, Just informing him. So we're going to take a nice little break. So we'll be back in about, give or take 10 minutes. So we'll be right back. Well, back, ladies and gents, we are back. Now just wait for Ed and Helen to join us again. But yes, hope you all enjoyed tonight. It's a bit of a different type of show. Gonna get a little bit something to this one. Welcome back.
Hi.
Well, welcome back. Nice little break. Nice little pit stop that we can go and get refreshments or the restroom or whatever. But we're back now. So from where we were left off, Ed,
Oh
welcome
yeah.
back.
Oh,
Right.
it's
So
cold tonight up my end.
let us pick up from where we left off.
I think that men should judge on a personality and they should get to know a woman before they make snap judgments. And it works both ways.
I think a lot of men do actually go for personality more than many think.
So,
I
No,
think,
man,
I think a lot of men do prefer to go. Of course, they got to find a woman somewhat attractive. If they
yeah.
don't find them attractive enough, they're not going to be interested. Or they do look at personality. They do look at someone that they can bond with. They've
get
got
on with.
chemistry with. They look for that, don't
Yeah.
they? I think that though
But
in this generation, I do think that a lot of young men uh, believe that they are the prize.
I'm
They have
shift everybody.
the best slice, the best instant sliced bread, and they
But
bring
you know
everything
what's
to the
done that,
table.
don't you?
Reality, there's a lot of other women that are just as pretty or even prettier, that have more prospects,
Yeah.
that bring them to the table.
I
And that are
I
not
know what's
used to
done it.
with today's,
What's
generation.
done it?
Giving the
It's
women the vote.
I don't know.
Letting them out of the kitchen.
it's
Horrible.
Letting them out of the
um
kitchen.
I know
like
you're not serious.
I'll say it time and time again with young women from this generation. They are meant to believe that they are the best things since sliced bread. They bring everything to the table. When in reality, when all you've got is a little bit of looks and nothing much else, there's nothing you're going to bring to the table. Or if you're a if you're not, you're easy on the eye, but you've got 3 or 4 kids with maybe 2 or 3 different dads.
Well, no one gets me.
No, no
The
man, and
always
I'm
thing.
sorry, there's not a man in the world that are gonna go, oh, what a piece of that. There's not a lot of men in the world that are gonna go, oh, do you know what? They're not. Because they're gonna look at that from this generation, from everything that's gone on, and go, I don't want any
He's had more.
I want no part of that because that just looks stress. That's just stress. So
Yeah, but you can
and
you can say that
like again,
from
they
a woman
prefer to
from a
go with the
woman's
woman
perspective
that's
as well.
even if they have kids, they're a little bit more skeptical. Or they'd probably be okay if there was only one child, but they'd probably still say no. They prefer to be with a woman that's not
No,
got
what I'm
kids
talking
at
about.
all.
Yeah, but what I'm talking. Go on.
Isn't it about what an individual finds attractive? It
No,
there's all these other questions which come alongside them. But at the end of the day, if you like a person enough, if you find them
That's why I
attractive
said there
enough,
are some men that are going to be like that. That they're like,
yeah,
she's got. But I'm thinking for the vast majority of men, they're going to look at that and go, "That's too much stress." And
yeah,
no, because that
it's
they're
like,
going to
hang on,
crash
let
out.
me put it this way.
They're going to go.
The reason.
I'm going to have to be forced to bond with that child, and then once we get a bond with that child, and if the relationship doesn't work, apparently she takes half of everything I have. When in
but a
reality,
woman,
she
but
didn't bring anything to the table. So I can
but a woman
understand
would have to
I can
take into
understand from both
consideration.
sides, but speak from the men perspective that most men would not want to go anywhere near of women that have children with several fathers or even just a single child because it just brings too much stress to them. Most
Right,
men
so what I'm
nowadays
saying is,
actually prefer being single.
let me put it, yeah, let me put it in a different way, right? You've got a guy that at 18 goes out and gets a job, right?
Yeah,
He busts his ass and makes himself a millionaire.
Yeah.
And then you've got a woman that's got 4 kids, 5 kids, whatever, to different fellas. Yeah. Who, in her own mind, thinks that's the guy I'm going to marry. Right?
It's
Yeah.
basically
And I
she
think
thinks that
this is part of the
she
problem because
afraid.
she's deluded because a guy that's been out and made himself, you know, a good few quid, yeah,
Who hasn't been out and about and whatnot and been
wouldn't
sleeping
look
about?
at anybody like that because he's put
Most
himself out
likely
there.
hasn't done that
He
as
wants,
much as she has.
he
He's
wants,
been
well,
focused on building a career. He focused on
no, I'll give you an idea.
building the
Well,
foundation.
this is
That's
what
why
I'm
I bet you
getting
really does work about it. He's got
Well,
something
this is
there
what
for.
we're not getting at, right? He turns out and he takes on the fucking, right? Yep. And he's not on the anyway, right? He takes on the 4 kids. He gets married. He gets divorced. Yeah? Because she carries, I don't know, going out on the piss 7 nights a week, whatever. Maybe just fall out to get divorced, right? He's still got to provide for her and the kids, even though they're not his biological kids.
Women would have the same considerations with a bloke with 6 kids.
Ah, no, he
I
wouldn't.
said it does go both ways. It does.
Let's go both ways.
It does
Yeah,
go
but there's
both
a lot
ways.
more.
But the thing is, with most men, with, where, how many times have you come across a man who is a single father with 6 kids with 6 different wives or 6 different girls?
You don't. It doesn't happen.
You don't come across it. You don't. It's very, very, very rare. It's
I
very,
think
very rare.
6 might be a bit of an extreme number,
even
but
4
it
then.
does happen.
Even 4
Yes,
then.
but
Let's
even
say 4
then,
for the sake
that's
of
still
argument.
extremely rare. That you come across a single dad with 4 kids with 4 different women that are the mothers. It's very unlikely you're going to come across
That's the
many
difference.
guys that have it. There are some, don't get me wrong, there are some, but it's very, very rare.
The whole
However,
the whole
in
reason I
this
brought this up,
generation with women, they'll have 2, 3, 4, 5 plus kids with 5, 6 different dads,
the
etc.
whole reason I brought this up tonight is because something was said to me, and that is, when I was watching a TV program and it came across, and that is, this woman was bitching and moaning about, basically she doesn't see any of her family, they don't bother with her and stuff. And it's like, well, that's because the people that used to bring and keep the families together, you buried them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put them in the ground. So because you put them in the ground, there's nobody there to try to pull the family. And the new generation, as you say, doesn't get it. And what shocks the hell out of me, or worries the hell out of me,
I think
depending
a
which way you
lot of
want to
the
word
younger
it is.
generation just don't understand what family really is.
Yeah.
And
You
like,
know, and
The
I
question then is why not
my
though?
thoughts get annoyed with me when I don't go around very often. I go, I'm an adult now. I didn't need to go around to see you on a very regular basis. Like, I'm still trying to figure shit out. Most of my folks in my generation still trying to figure things out. It's like,
yeah, but the problem is,
and
you'll
the
end
thing
up
is,
like we
I
are.
should go around more. The thing is, I need to worry about myself first. I need to get myself sorted and situated first before I
But
think
you'll make the
about
mistake
being
that you'll
comfortable
make the
enough to go
mistake.
around here and there and everywhere else.
Yeah, but you'll end up with the mistake like I've got, where one day you can't go around because there's nobody there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
and
that's what I was going to say.
that's why I'm stuck in 2 minds and 2 worlds. I'm like,
One of
I
the
should do it,
one of the
but I'm
things
like, I want to fix
one of the
myself first
things
and sort myself out first.
I get that, but one of the things, I'm going to be a bit serious here, and I
Yeah,
don't
go on.
discuss this, but one of the things, I mean, everybody to a certain extent is worried about getting old, worried about not
I'm already
having
there.
people, not
Yeah.
not having nobody there. But I think when you have extra issues to deal with, like me, like I haven't got children, I can't have them. I have my disability to deal with. I have a million other things. and like everybody else, I have that fear of being on my own and not having the support network, not having a family. And I think I can't remember where I was going with this, to be honest. But
I
but I,
can't.
but I
You're in a position. You're in probably the worst position than anybody because you can't have children, so therefore you're not going to have a younger generation to look after. So when your
exactly.
family's gone, that's it. They're gone.
But on the other hand, I think that people that have children with the whole thing of, oh, I'm going to have somebody to look after me when I'm old,
Yeah, it's the wrong
that
attitude to have them.
that's a wrong idea, because
Yes,
like
it is
Jordan
the wrong
said,
idea.
kids do go off and live their own lives, and they do
Yes.
have their own considerations
I think
to
they
deal
have
with.
every right to think that, that they will come and, and help them when they ask for it.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
and be like, but not you can't be a beg with your kids. You can't be a beg
No,
because the more you
no.
beg, the more distant they'll become. Because then, like, I've got my own life to think about. I've got my own kids. I've got my
That's
own family
why
life. I've got my own
that
career. I've got my own job. I've got other things that I've got to worry about before I even think about worrying about you. Like,
that's
although I
why
love you
I've
and I'm
already
grateful for everything you've done, I've got to think about the things that are going on in my life. Because
that's
Yeah.
why I've already
most of
picked
them are now
and
like, because let's be honest, when you look at today's generation, it's got one very, very, very difficult to get your own place.
Yes. Yeah.
Constant
Um.
finances to get your own house. You can't, you, never mind house, because everything's just, you just sort of like,
Yeah.
it's troublesome.
but the
It's
thing
troublesome
is,
for the next generation.
yeah, but the thing is, the younger generation have a hell of a lot easier. than we did. Anyway, moving on, the next bit while I've got you here.
That's true. I don't know if that's true. I think to a certain extent they had things. I'm 44 in November, and to a certain extent I think they do have things easier.
Oh,
But on
come
the other
on.
hand, there are
I,
so many reasons. There are so many things that are harder for younger people than we had. They have the pressure of social media for starters, which we didn't grow up with. They have the economy pressures with the lack of housing, the lack of job security. They have all those considerations which, to a certain extent, we didn't have.
oh
And our
no, but to
parents
be fair,
definitely didn't have
I'm gonna shut.
extent.
Yeah,
To be
but
fair,
I'm gonna
I
shut
didn't
you up
have
on this.
social media
When
until
you
I
were
got to
ill,
like secondary school. I think,
right? When you were
True.
ill,
like year 8, year 9 is when it
Helen.
kind of
Yeah.
came in.
Right, I'll answer this one. Helen, when you were being a little tour rag, yeah, when you were younger,
Yeah.
right? Were you told you were being a little shitbag, or were you told something else?
I was told I was being a little shitbag.
Oh, I was a
Exactly.
little shit back
Nowadays,
well.
it's you've got ADHD and you got this and you got that and you got the
What?
other.
Well, they thought
This
I
is
had
part of the problem.
ADHD before I was checked.
Some people, and I'm not saying everybody, before everybody gets on their eye off, starts having a go at me, use it as an excuse for the kids to be a little shit.
I don't disagree with you there, but
And I think we need to get away from this. He's got problems. Oh, bollocks, he's got problems. We've all got problems. He's
Yeah,
being a little shit. Somebody's
I
being
do
a
think
little
a lot
shit.
of
Get on
people
with it.
tend to nowadays kind of try and use it as a defense mechanism or something to try to
Yeah,
excuse
I don't
people's
have to tell
behaviour.
my
And I'm
kids
like,
to.
no, don't
Yeah,
do that. Because what about
I
the
don't have
people
to
that
tell
do
my
have
kids.
those issues? And you're just simply going, oh, they've got issues. So does everybody else. There's many people that have disabilities and whatnot. And so you're basically giving the big middle finger up to the people that do have disabilities, even if your
yeah,
kid may or may not have have a disability. You don't go around using it as a defense mechanism for an excuse for the
You know, I'm
behaviour.
I'm not
If
saying
they've
that
got
because
poor
some people don't
behaviour,
have problems.
discipline them.
They do.
You don't have to smack them or anything like that. Just discipline them. It's like,
I never got
eventually
smacked.
when I
I
have
got
my
punched
own
in the head.
kids, I will tell them right from wrong. I said, you can't be acting like a fool when you're out in public. If you're acting a fool out in public and behind, back at home, you'll be disciplined. Like that's
um,
like how I was disciplined. If I was being
yeah,
like naughty or if I was not behaving right, I would get a little bit of a smack or whatever. Like
yeah. I
nothing
well,
too drastic, just a nice, just
no,
just a little, back ahead or something, just go pack it in or smack on the behind.
I think
Just
I
simple
think
discipline is all that's needed and accountability.
I think my mum would use the slipper on me as a last resort.
Oh no,
I
I
think
got friendly regular.
it was a last resort with my parents because they did try and talk to me first before they resorted to that. But I mean, you can say that times are different now. There is this side of I mean, I can't speak from experience because again I can't have children, but there is this side of raising children now where you get pressure from all sides. You get various opinions from influencers who write books and decide that their
Oh,
way is the best way, and
it's so
it's
Those
complicated.
individuals are opportunists. They're
yeah, it's like
opportunists. And they try to believe that
well,
they are know. That's why I say to a lot of people, and I go, look, I know I do YouTube and whatnot. Do not take whatever I say as gospel. I'm not a saint or like I'm not like I'm an idiot. Like I am a big idiot. Like don't. So are most like influencers and social media content creators. Like they don't have the brain cells to be able to be smart, unless have the qualifications in the field that they are speaking on. If they have the qualifications or whatnot, or experience to be in the field that they're speaking about, then fair enough. If they don't, total shot. Or better than
oh
that,
no,
just
I'll
ignore
be
them.
honest.
Just
Yeah,
ignore
well,
them.
no,
With
what
it.
gets me is this. This is why I say we brought it up tonight because I've been reading various things and whatnot, and the whole point I was making tonight about this little subject before we move to the next one is right is
It's
to
just getting
simplify
on
the
now.
point.
He's thinking about this.
That's it, you see,
Yeah.
is this, at the end of the
I
day,
can see him
don't
there with his
bitch,
phone close to his freaking face. Like what's it saying?
don't bitch and moan, when
It's
when the
too
people that
small.
you care aren't
What's
around.
this?
Don't bitch and moan when the people that you care about ain't around because you couldn't better when you couldn't be asked. It's
Yeah.
that simple. You know what I mean? Right. Second thing I want to talk about today. Go on.
But it is tricky if you do have a relationship with a difficult relationship with your parents, though, because
Yeah,
you
but
do have that conflict of you know that time is limited with them, but also there are other issues. So there is this conflict in so many people. And I can see why some people don't see their parents, or that some people would rather focus on themselves. And you're not really in a position to say they're right or wrong because again, it's one of those situations where you don't necessarily know the full story.
yeah, but it's like I've always said this. And I've said this. Anne Marie knows this. Don't turn up at his funeral saying, "Oh, he was great, and I'm gonna miss him." If you can't be asked, give me a 5-minute message on Facebook. Say how you doing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
with you on that.
It's that simple. You know what I mean? If you can't be asked saying hello, I want to be here, don't bother coming when I'm dead. You know what I mean? It's that simple. But
Yeah.
anyway, next bit we went to what was it? Wonderful. I keep saying Fundy Fair. It's not a Fundy Fair, was it? It was a
Volunteer fair.
volunteer fair today. Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
Remember.
One woman come over. One woman came over and wanted to. He's now helping us sort funding out for Bob's Community Garden. That was brilliant.
Ooh,
Loads of people came over and said
Bob's
hello.
Community Garden.
Yeah, the golden. Loads of people came over and said hello. It was just
We
it was a
want to
balmy
be
afternoon.
together.
That advert.
Yeah, we want to have a golden.
Every time we mention the
uh,
garden, we always have to go to
yeah, we're gonna
garden.
have a garden. They'd
Because
never
I
heard of
want to
that
be
till I told them
together.
about it. They'd never heard about that, Helen, till I told them.
And then I
No,
saw
they
it,
were
I was like,
like,
that's absolutely brilliant. I love that. That's my kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
humour, that.
yeah, yeah. We'll have a garden.
He's like,
Um,
we'll have a party
but
in the garden
yeah,
because we want to be together.
yeah, but no. So, but anyway, we've had a cracking day today. To be fair, it's been there's been lots of people coming around, so it's been all right. And I got lots of chocolates. She's all good. Never have enough chocolates.
Can't you be bouncing
No,
off the
that's
walls?
true.
Never have. Anne Marie bought me. What is that? It's not a moo moo, is it?
The vegan ones, or is that something else?
What are you on about vegan?
Well, there's a vegan brand. I think it's
Yeah,
called
so
Moo
there
Moo
are
or
there are
Moo
such
Free or
chocolates
Well, you
that
know what a
don't have
moo-moo is, don't
the
oh, God, I've got
ingredients
to
that
educate Helen
regular
now on a
chocolate
moo-moo.
have.
what's the
Oh, Golden Bennett, I've got Helen Henry on the moo-moo. It is like they use it in Hawaii and places like that. Yeah, it's for the very large people, and it's like find a better word for it, an all-in-one dress,
right?
but it's
Okay,
built for the larger figure. We will say,
right. Okay.
right? That's what I'm asking. What is it? That's a hoodie. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll send it to you now. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Are you
I'll
on
send
about
you
the
it now
stuff
so you
that
can see a
like
picture.
Big Mama will wear, like from the Big Mom house?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Like, you on
yeah,
about
Yeah,
that?
I know.
That's still a
Yeah,
great. That's still a great movie and whatnot. Like I still love
that
those
is a
movies
great
every single
film.
time I
Yeah.
watch them. Like the comedy in it, and like you don't expect to find like a lot of American comedies to really make you giggle. That one really gives me giggling every single time I watch them. Doesn't matter how many times I watch it, it still makes me chuckle. Because I'm like the idiocy that happens in those movies is absolutely brilliant. I believe that they're bringing out a new film as
or
well.
not?
Are they?
I believe so. Big Mama
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Big
the
Mom,
proper
Big Mom's house. I think there's another
Big
movie.
Mama's house. She's got a moo-moo on.
Yeah, yeah, I know what they are now.
Yeah, I'll send you it now. I'll send you the link to it now.
I just didn't
I
know
was
what they
bang
were
on. I was
called, but
bang
yeah,
on the money.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, let me send you the link now. I'll send you the link so you see what I'm talking about. Right, I'll send it to
You've got one.
Joe.
You've got one, have you?
No, Anne Marie bought me, and I couldn't think what the hell he called it. And it's a hoodie, but it's an all-in-one hoodie where I can put it on before the camera. I'm gonna get dressed.
Let's
It's great.
have a look at the state of
So,
this.
Well, like it's no, because it's got no. It's literally like what do they call it? It's a hoodie, but it goes right down to my feet,
what's the?
like a onesie, but it's not got legs in it.
It's like what's it called?
Hang on, I've got a picture here. Hang on a minute.
That's a
I'll have a look
moo-moo.
at it.
That's a moo-moo.
Hang on, let me look.
Yeah, there's a Moo Moo. Then what's the other one called?
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
exactly
know.
the
they're a
one that
moo-moo.
Big Mom wears.
That's right. Yeah, that's a moo-moo. But no, I couldn't think of the name of it. But it's a hoodie. It's Captain Marvel hoodie, so it's got Marvel, it's got the Hulk on it, it's got Iron Man.
So it's a Marvel.
Who's the
So
other
it's a
one? It's
Marvel.
Thor. Yeah, it's a hoodie. Yeah, hoodie. It's a hoodie, not a hoodie. A hoodie.
They
Right.
do it with some ridiculous things, don't they?
It's a Marvel hoodie.
They come up with ridiculous things.
You need never you need never get dressed again, Eddie.
Exactly.
I was
That's what I
about to
thought was
say.
an
I was
amazing.
about to say. It's like you don't need to worry about nothing now. All you have to do is just
I can just fucking.
shove it up a little
I
bit.
can. I can hang loose as much as I want, and I'm off. I can still go to the car and shit.
Do they hang low? Do they wobble to the floor?
That's frightening for the neighbours, isn't it?
Do you time it
You
or
never
not? Do
seen
you
in
tie 'em
Family
in a
Guy.
bow?
Huh?
It's never seen in Family Guy where Peter wears his clothes so much that it gets electrified and he
Yeah,
it's on the
that's right.
carpet.
I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
watched Family Guy in a
She's
long time. I haven't watched
yeah.
Family Guy in a long time, but every time I've
He
watched
goes
Family
along
Guy,
the
they've always
carpet
made me
and
giggle.
electrocutes Stewie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
that's the
happens
one.
to happening to you.
My
When you
favourite
get
Stewie
older.
moment has to be when he's calling for Lois. He's like, "Mum, Mum,
Mom,
Mummy,
Yeah,
Mummy, Mama,
Bob.
Lois, Lois, Lois." Hi. I'm like, that is so me energy. I was like, that is so me. That's how like I am, like just a nag, just constantly
I
like.
love Stewie.
But I know a lot of kids that are like a lot of kids were like that with their mum. It's like, Mum, look at this. They just do
Yeah,
some do something dumb, and the mum's there just sort of going, "Give me strength." And
yeah.
if there's any women out there that are mothers, you understand exactly what I'm going on about when I say that.
But yeah, so and
it's
then to top it
because
all,
I
I get
know
a
for a fact
phone
that
call.
my mum's done it with me as well when I was a kid. She's just like, what the
Yeah.
freaking this kid.
And then to top it all, I got a phone call today. Can we take in 2 baby lambs? So I'm like, yes, of course we can.
Lambs.
Baby lambs, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, mint sauce and and what were we going to call it?
No, you're so mean.
Yeah,
I
chops
tell,
and
I
lamb
tell you what,
sauce.
that lamb was lovely, nice and
Yeah,
tender,
mint sauce and lamb sauce.
nice and
Goodness.
tender.
Chops and mint sauce. I've been informed.
Chopped and mince. Oh, lovely.
What's the one with apple sauce then?
What's the one with apple sauce? She's asking. That's pork.
All right, pork. All right.
Yeah, that's pork. I don't do pork. Well, I do pork, but I wouldn't do that because I had pop. If I get another pig again, I'm going to keep it this time. Thinking that
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it because I keep popping. But yeah, no, this lady's contacted her. She's been trying to find homes for forever, basically. And everybody's offered to take them, want to eat them. So I'm like, yeah, we'll take them. We'll look after them. So they're coming to live with us for a bit. So it's like, yeah. Then she dropped the bombshell that they're still bottle feeding.
Will you send me some pictures?
Yeah, I can do that now, actually. 'Cause I've got them on the system. Hang on a minute. Let me find them. I can do that now. I'll send you a video, actually.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
then.
we just had one of them days today. It's been nice, chilled out, and I say bumped into Tom, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going down, I'm not going down." And then he spoke to somebody else, and they confirmed it. It's like, "Shit, I might be going down, I might be going down." I'm like, "Yeah, you are going down, you are going down."
What, he spoke to someone.
Yeah, he spoke to somebody,
Who did he speak to?
somebody from the DSS. It was at the thingy fair today.
Oh, somebody from the DSS.
It was at the thingy fair today. Yeah, it was quite funny, to be fair. But yeah, but I'm gonna go back up. Where are we doing? Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but the thing is, though, so wait a minute. This person that worked with the DSS or whatever, like, and he simply asked them a question.
Oh yeah.
Like, he said, so
Oh, I did. I said to him, I said, what would happen if I decided to naff off on holiday and keep collecting the money? He said, that's benefit fraud. I said, "Oh, okay."
Well, it is, yeah.
He said, we'll take a very dim view of it. I said, "Oh, okay."
it was what happens if I exceed the allowed holiday or I've never played the holiday.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So,
Well, it was funny as hell because he said to me, he said, look, I've told him I've been away. I've told him I've been away. And I'm like,
no, you haven't.
no, you haven't. He's like, what do you mean? I said,
It's just-
look at the pet date
The
on
thing,
it.
the
I
thing
said,
is,
he's
Helen, he
told
told
me,
us that he did, and then he showed us his journal. And not once has he ever mentioned that he's going on holiday. Any of the trips that he's been on. And so, because we've seen his journal, he's took a screenshot of his journal and sent it to us.
oh, the best laugh. He showed his journal to us
And we've
today.
gone,
And he missed,
you're talking about to be vaccinated because we've just seen
he,
bloody money
he,
that you haven't
he's
called
missing a
holidays
point.
at all. And the
He,
money, some of the money that you earn from YouTube or whatever, you have not claimed that either. So that's another big no-no. So that's
oh,
one.
hang on.
That's one reason why they probably did you £100. He said it was 50, but no, it's 100.
Oh no, you haven't heard the best laugh yet. They offered him a meeting and he never turned up.
Oh, he's so going down.
He said, "Will I get in trouble?" I said, "Let me think. What do you think?"
Was it a compliance meeting?
Yeah,
Oh, dear.
yeah.
So what did they just say? Well, like they want you to come into our chat.
Yeah. But he
And he
did it in
just
his
never
journal, so he can't
responded.
even,
And he never
he can't even
responded.
deny he hasn't got it. Yeah, can't deny he hasn't got it because it's on his journal.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear, what a shame. Never mind.
Oh, what's an absolute? I didn't say this to you because of his arrogance.
Oh yeah.
Like he's only shooting himself in the foot more and more and more. So next up it'll be
Oh
the
yeah.
plaintiff stuff.
So, I don't know if
At
they
least
do
it's
that
not.
anymore. To be fair,
They don't what?
I don't know if they do that anymore. Send the old bill to you, though.
I don't know what. Not that I know of, no.
I think they stopped.
I think it's stopped, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think what they do now is they do, yeah, and then they take you to court if you don't turn up. Then they send the old
What
one out.
happens now is that they have surveillance and they build up a case.
I mean,
And
I think
then
they've been building up
they-
the case for about a year.
They'll obviously give him multiple chances, but if he's
Oh, yeah.
exceeded those chances, then it's not good.
No.
And then eventually when he does get and then they'd be like, why? Give you so many chances. Here's the evidence. Here's the proof.
Mm.
I'm just not like because he's a broken record now. That's all he is. Every single time he does a FaceTime call with Ed, Ed brings me in and sometimes has an like, he's just a
I
broken
tried to
record.
tell you about 4
He
times.
keeps
I
saying the
said to you
same
today,
crap
mate,
all the time, and he's like, it's just a broken record. I've got no more energy for it. Like, you've been
well,
given
you lose
warning
your.
after warning after warning. You've been given
He's one
advice
of them,
every,
Helen.
every single where of them, not just from me and Ed, also Ellen, and you just refuse to
Helen,
listen because of
he's
your arrogance. And
he's
so,
one of them that when you talk to him, you lose the will to live.
Mhm.
Well, there's plenty of those.
Oh yeah.
Myself included, probably.
Oh no, I don't mind talking to you. Yeah, but he's yeah. You know,
Right,
the only old saying is thick as a brick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He abuses that, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Me, or
is
No,
there
we're being
anything else that
genuinely
we have
true.
to be at?
Just the tickets for the ladies' night night's coming up. We've got less than a month to go now, and yes, less than a month. Well, no, a month tomorrow. So get your tickets before it's too late. Basically,
Alright,
that's
get them
about it. Right.
Oh, what?
I'll,
What?
get them for
ladies'
because
night. Men
once you
taking their
live.
clothes off. Yeah,
Mhm.
men taking their clothes off, getting naked.
Excellent.
You'll
Where
get
was the
excited. Exactly, you'll get
We'll get the
excited.
full Monty.
Yeah.
Really?
Listen, get the kids off.
Huh? What is that?
Excellent.
Like, remember when
Yeah.
Barrel could have had windmills brought to Barrel? We could be getting that. But,
Yeah, we're definitely getting that again this time round.
and this time there'll be no negotiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's everything that we have for you all
Yes.
tonight. I think that we'll
Yeah,
be
I
back
think that's it.
Saturday.
I'll shout you in about 5, Helen, because I've sent you a load of pictures.
All right then.
And I will speak to you soon. See you later, folks.
Thank
And
you.
as I say,
See you
we'll see you again
later.
on Saturday. And we'll do some free giveaways on Saturday.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Come on. All right. Bye.
See you later. Whilst Helen tries to find the exit button.
Yeah, I can never find it. Hang on.
It should always be the X button that says end.
Can't find it.
Are you on a
Hang
phone?
on. Yeah.
How did you do the phone again?
Wait a minute. I've got it, I think. Hang on. What's gone? Ah, I think it's got leave. Is that the one? Yeah. All right. Bye. Hang on. Go away, stupid thing.
I'll just have a double check.
Yeah. I've got it, so I'll move.
I'll leave now. But thank you ever so much for watching. See you next week. Thank you all ever so much for stopping on by. This has been the Just Know Show. I'm your voice of the world's Just Know. We'll be back on Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Good night. Take care. And